Hi, my name is Susan and welcome to Sketchbook Stories. In this series, I'm going to open up the pages of my own sketchbooks to show you exactly what's inside. Let's get stuck in. Hi all, and a huge welcome to this episode of Sketchbook Stories, where I'm going to be showing you inside one of my bigger sketchbooks, an A4 sketchbook. This is a moleskin sketchbook and it's one that has watercolour paper. But I'm not showing you watercolour today. What I'm doing is I'm going to be showing you this page of collage that is inspired by the work of Matisse and his cutouts. So Henri Matisse is a very famous artist and he's very well known for many things, but one of them is his cutout style of working that he developed in the latter stages of his life when he was less mobile. And I experimented with this as part of some tuition that I was delivering in my Inspired Sketching membership. We were looking at Matisse as an artist, and one of the exercises was to create some work inspired by his blue nudes, which are a form of cutout studying the human form in blue. Now, I'm a big fan of blue. I've got blue hair. I just love blue. And so this really appealed to me. So let me just explain how this was created, because I had so much fun doing this. So first of all, Matisse liked to work with gouache paint, which is a form of opaque watercolour. I really like the Winsor & Newton Designer's gouache. It's not cheap, it's one of the more expensive brands, but that's because the pigment quality is really high. But you can buy any gouache paint or try with any other sort of thick paint, maybe an acrylic paint if you wish to. You don't have to use this specific brand. It's just what I use and what I like. You just need some cheap paper as well, some thin paper, this is like photocopier paper. And he started, as I started with a sketchbook, by just simply painting a sheet of blank paper with this paint. Grab a paintbrush. With gouache, I like to just add a little bit of water to just loosen the paint up a little bit. It can be a little thick in consistency, and what I like to have is that lovely creamy consistency. And then you just simply cover a page with your paint. I mean, this is just a relaxing, enjoyable activity in itself. So sometimes when you don't know what to sketch, just cover a page with some paint, you know, and you can use this as a background to sketch on as well, but we're obviously using it as a collage paper. And just cover the whole page with a colour. I'm just going to put that to one side for now to dry, because I won't actually use that, because here's some I have prepared earlier. I say prepared earlier, I've used these earlier. So I have different colours, but blue is what you're looking for here. And then you can just go freestyle with this, or if you want to, you can draw out some figures to begin with as inspiration. So for example, you could just start to draw your figure out first. But what I would say is that's not how Matisse necessarily did his drawing. He didn't draw and then cut out the drawing. He painted with his scissors. That's what he's known for. So you can plan first or look at some Matisse cutouts for inspiration. This is a Taschen book that I bought years and years and years ago. I don't know if it's still available. So you could look at a book or look online, but he just cut directly into the page. So without necessarily planning and drawing it out carefully, you are drawing or painting directly with the scissors. So it's a bit of a free flow. To make it easier, I always find that if you move the paper, it does really help, rather than moving your scissors. And just cut out these funky forms. So I'm starting with the legs here on this one. So I've got some funky little legs. Let's go with a elbow sticking out. And then back in again. I'm going to have a circular head because, you know, why not? And what should I do with this other arm? This other arm I think I'm going to bring around and up. So as you can see, I'm turning the paper as I'm cutting, and I'm thinking as I'm cutting. So I haven't drawn this out. I'm drawing with the scissors to create a funky little shape. And then a bit of Pritt stick, any sort of glue, stick it down on your page. You can do one or you can do several like I've done here. Isn't that fun? So yeah, I had a huge amount of fun with this. I think painting the pages with just a little bit of gouache paint. Gouache paint is useful and great for this because this is acrylic actually, but gouache paint, you can see here, is matte and very flat, so it's non-shiny. It is water-based, so if I got water and went over this, the paint would come up again. But the fact that it's sort of flat means that the collages are all about the shape. It's flat colour, but it's about the shapes that you're cutting and sticking down. And I just think this is incredibly fun, whether you choose to use your own shapes, like maybe you've been drawing some figures, you've been watching some figures dancing and drawing that. You've gone to a life drawing class and you've got some drawings of figures that you've done from life drawing, or using Matisse's work as inspiration. Any figure-based inspiration is great, and then paint your pages, do a bit of cutting out and stick down. I had so much fun with this, and this is something I think I will return to. I feel like this might be some sort of project sketchbook that I might work on. I've spoken about project sketchbooks before in Sketchbook Stories and in my other teaching and tuition, my sketchbook bootcamp, my Inspire membership. I love having a sketchbook where you do the same thing again and again and again. Repetition is always your friend when it comes to a sketchbook. The more you sketch or the more you collage, the more you experiment, the more you learn, the more you enhance your skills, enjoy what you're doing. And it's just always really fun to play with something a bit different. Sketchbooks don't have to be about pencil drawing or pen drawing. They can be about fun collage experiments. And this is certainly something that I find personally very fun and experimentational and very freeing. So have a really good play with this if you want to. And if not, that's just the story behind this sketchbook, inspired by Matisse. This was a teaching exercise, but one I personally had so much fun with. And I think you might as well. It's really, really fun. So that's my Blue Nudes sketchbook page inspired by Matisse. I'll speak to you soon. Thank you.